while we're waiting for these racers to get going. Oh, okay. Never mind. There they go. All right. I was... Well, I can explain explain it anyway. I was gonna talk about this is CoNDOR 15. CoNDOR stands for Cryptid the Necrodancer Online Racing. This is our 15th major season, featuring cadence and a side event with some alternative characters. Did just start this week. I believe late signups are open though, so if you're interested in giving some Necrodancer Racing a shot, you're welcome to sign up and try it out. Yeah, entries are open, and there are multiple tiers of competition. So even if you're a newbie to the game, still struggling to get your consistent clears, we definitely have a spot for you. So right off the bat, we have a Glass Rapier out of that hidden cave. Glass Rapier, one of the strongest speedrunning weapons, but also one of the riskiest ones. And we kind of have a little bit of a lag coming on GamingProsAdventure side. Hopefully that gets resolved. Meantime, Szprychaaa running up and finding a pretty crazy lock shop. Unfortunately doesn't have the money to afford both the Strength Torch and the Strength Charm, so just gonna take the Torch, get a little bit of vision, get a little bit of extra damage. Oh, and picking up the Quake Scroll. With that extra damage, taking that Blood Rapier is actually pretty viable. And, you know, eliminates the obvious risk of the Glass Rapier breaking, while also providing some health generation. That said, the Blood Rapier is a little expensive. That said, Szprychaaa about to kill this red dragon, which should give enough funds to go make that weapon swap if they want. Looks like they're thinking about it. Or, okay, they spotted those bombs. They want the bombs, but no easy way to access them. And so going to move on. Yes, I'm aware GamingPro's screen is frozen. Nothing I can do about it. Alright. I will try and... Huh. It looks like GamingPro was actually just tabbed out for that minute and a half. Because that RTA timer is still current. Like, either tabbed out or died while stream died. I don't know. Either way, GamingProsAdventure playing at a massive disadvantage. Almost a full zone deficit here. I don't know, actually, just a couple of floors. But, Szprychaaa a fair bit ahead with a stronger build. And, okay, yeah, GamingPro gonna make that swap. Oh, GamingPro! No, go back and grab that other torch. That's the wrong one. Alright, yeah, looks like they realized and are setting up to go back for it. There we go. So GamingPro gonna swap to the blood build. Again, safer. Glass won't break. Or, you know, well, the blood weapon won't break, rather. But is a substantial hit to damage output. But on the plus side again, they do get health regeneration every 10 kills, which enables some tanking strats, some blood magic strats, so I think, you know, in terms of build strength, this can go either way. Although, that said, Ring of Luck versus Ring of Peace, there's definitely a strong disparity there. GamingPro gonna go for this kill here, picking up most of the same build here. We'll probably see that swap to Ring of Peace. That is Ring of Frost on the Mystery Ring there, but Ring of Peace, despite its nerf and synchrony, Ring of Peace still one of the best rings in the game. Get a little bit of extra max health, get some reduced enemy spawns, get easier mini-bosses. Just a very solid, make the run easier ring. So, Szprychaaa with a pretty large distance advantage right now. But having lost that glass armor at some point, that glass rapier is at risk here. Could take that Crown of Teleportation to get one hit of safety. That Crown of Teleportation going to prevent damage for one hit and teleport you to the shop. Oh my goodness, this transmog just keeps spewing out glass weapons. Finally gets an obsidian weapon. That obsidian trident. Good use of the shield spell there. I think we just saw in the practice run I was doing obsidian trident, or tridents in general. Very prone to snagging. Can make retreating out of bad swarms a little difficult at times. So good presence of mind there to pop that shield spell to make sure not getting stuck and taking some damage in that swarm. And Szprychaaa getting the kill on Core Rift 3. And going to skip the boss chest. Ooh, Conjure. That's definitely going to be some armor for Szprychaaa there. Quartz armor, boots of pain, winged boots. Gonna take the winged boots for that ooze immunity. Does lose access to that wide throw that tridents get, but I think that's a worthwhile trade-off. As powerful as a 3-tile wide line throw sounds, the applications are still pretty limited because at the end of the day you are throwing your weapon away. And yeah, loses the ability to throw it with the wing boots because the up-down key combination goes to toggling the boots. Yeah, Szprychaaa now, I think, doing a good job cutting down GamingProsAdventure's outs here. Up until that build swap, GamingPro kind of still had the out of that glass rapier breaking and causing problems for Szprychaaa, but now this is a pretty tanky, pretty secure build. Doesn't have to worry about ooze. Ooh, there's an electric dagger. Could swap to that. That would also be a pretty fast weapon here. I think if I'm in Szprychaaa shoes, I'm absolutely taking that electric dagger. Sitting trident, kind of an awkward, clunky weapon sometimes. But Szprychaaa just gonna keep pushing forward, not messing with that arena at all. And Szprychaaa can't slow down too much. GamingPro is starting to catch up here. And a Blood Rapier +1 build can go pretty quickly. They've also got that Blood Shovel for a little bit of a faster Necrodancer fight in the endgame. GamingPro picking up that Quartz armor. As Szprychaaa starts the Conga 4 fight. Gets the kill. GamingPro picking up that potion. And yeah, we're seeing GamingPro, I think, doing what they need to do here. Trying to push through. Ignore as many enemies as possible, but just having trouble finding the lineup here for this mommy fight. Fire Pig throwing fireballs everywhere, but none of them finding the target they're wanting in that mommy. Finally getting through that 4-1 exit. That 4-1 exit room was rough. Costing GamingPro a lot of time. And it's time they don't have right now. Down to half a heart. Still does have the potion on deck, so still in good position. But at this point, I think the distance is such that GamingPro kind of needs something disastrous to happen to Szprychaaa. Szprychaa's just kind of in cruise control here now. Toggling off the winged boots for the access to that wire. Trident just clearing out the swarms pretty easily. And we're coming up on Deadringer here. GamingPro, after that rough 4-1, having a pretty smooth zone 4. 4-3 was pretty smooth. Oh! Tail monkeyed, but thankfully not far. Szprychaaa with a pretty textbook Deadringer fight. Just sliding right through onto the Necrodancer fight. Has the bombs for this endgame set up. Yeah, we're looking at a full 1-zone difference. Some good lures from Szprychaaa here. 2 hits to go on this Necrodancer fight. And a very clean Necrodancer kill for Szprychaaa. Going to take the finish and win on game 1. Going by the race chat, it seems that, yeah, while Gaming Pro's stream was having issues, they did go for a reset to get that Blood Rapier +1 build. But yeah, that 1 minute, like 1.5-ish minutes of time loss from going for that reset to secure that build, ultimately just was not able to make up that time difference that resulted from that. And we start game number 2. Quick trapdoor for GPA here. Nicely handled in that Minotaur fight. And we've got a locked shop. Let's take a look, see what we got. Cursed Heart and a Crown of Telepathy. I think those are both valuable takes here. Looks like GamingProsAdventure going to agree on that. Szprychaaa with a reset. Missed what happened there. Might have just been to go back for the trapdoor. I think they missed that and might have seen it on GamingPro's side. And Direbat fight coming in here for GamingPro. Getting that flawless kill, picking up a little gold, and heading down to 1-3. Slight lead over Szprychaaa right now. Both in position and in build. Sporting that extra Cursed Heart and that Crown of Telepathy for a little bit of extra mapping and intel on enemy positions. That said, the Crown of Telepathy can be a little bit of a double-edged sword, with it revealing and resulting in aggro on those spirit enemies. That looks like a pretty good shop here. Could farm a little bit of cash and pick up that Blast Helm pretty easily. Ooh, gonna take the Glass Shrine to get into this glass shop. Just needs a little bit more cash for that glass longsword. Yeah, I think just killing this yellow slime here will give enough. Okay, no, just needs a little more because didn't have multiplier. GamingPro not going for the glass longsword, going for the blast helm. Interesting. That probably means GamingPro is going to be looking for a new weapon here, where Szprychaaa is probably pretty comfy with this glass longsword, glass armor combination. The glass dagger is really doesn't cut it in most runs. So, yeah, I think GamingPro going to have to check black. Szprychaaa probably checking purple here. That's Ring of Piercing, very strong. Obsidian Staff, pretty good for GamingPro, but Szprychaaa has a really cozy build here. Don't let the glass fool you. Longsword is one of the most straightforward, reliable weapon types, and with Piercing, you don't even have to worry about defensive and armored enemies. Yeah, Szprychaa's probably feeling pretty cozy here. That said, Blast Helm, if not, I think honestly, I give best headgear in the game to Blast Helm. I think it's the strongest one. So it's really hard to say who has the best build here between the two. I think I still get the edge to Szprychaaa just because that 4 damage long range swipe, AoE swipe from the longsword is so strong. If there's a glass weapon you want to make sure it doesn't break, longsword is probably it. Longsword is pretty easy to keep alive. I'd say the only one that's easier to keep alive would probably be Warhammer. Cutlass is a good contender too, yeah, but you know, Cutlass, the knockback from the parry effect can sometimes cause unexpected effects. And the lack of AoE on the Cutlass can cause problems, especially if enemies that circumvent the parry effect are around. Szprychaaa has broken their glass armor at some point, though, so does need to be careful here. Might even check the black chest. Nope, gonna go for purple. It's always Earth Spell after Coral Rift, I'm telling you. Gaming Pro setting up that that Coral Riff kill. And gets the flawless victory. Going for that black chest. It's a Blood Whip, a spicy noodle. Not what you want to see. Blood Whip being in high tier boss reward chests feels so bad. It is one of the worst weapons in the game. That shield spell pickup is very nice. Bolt Race is gonna grab it. And Szprychaaa heading down to the 3-4 Deep Blues fight. Still keeping that Glass Longsword alive for now. We'll see if they can maintain that. Gaming Pro could pop the Gigantism here for a quick exit, but just gonna go for the trapdoor instead. Popping that shield spell. Ooh, this is a pretty nasty swarm, but Staff clearing out that Banshee, making room pretty quickly. And Szprychaaa heads on to Zone 4, picking up that bomb spell from the boss chest. Probably not the kind of spell they were hoping for. Szprychaaa does have some good defensive options in that shield spell and those Earth Tomes. Titanium Broadsword out of the Black Chest. Gaming Pro not going to be taking that. And gonna have to be careful here. Szprychaaa with no protection for that glass weapon. They've got a fairly solid lead right now. But if that glass longsword breaks, that could all change in a moment's notice. But also what could change the lead in a moment's notice is GamingProsAdventure dying and going down to half a heart. Thankfully, he does have that food on deck. Does want to get back to that glass shard, though, so that they have some dig level. Picks it up and is going to head on. But that was a pretty big time loss, on top of being a little bit on the scary side. Glass Rapier. Ooh, do you take that? Do you take that to try and make a difference? Gaming Pro says no. Ooh, wow, some spicy staff teleports for Gaming Pro here. Good use of the shield spell. Getting things back under control. But Gaming Pro, unfortunately, struggling to break into these swarms and losing some time that they don't really have. Szprychaa's looking for an earth kill on this death metal fight, but doesn't quite find it. Gets the kill though and moves on. Szprychaaa doing a good job keeping this glass longsword alive. Now that we're in Zone 5, I think that's the worst of the worst this longsword has to contend with behind. All that said, Szprychaaa is a little bit strapped for resources on the bomb front for the Necrodancer fight, but GamingProsAdventure goes down. I missed the exact moment. I think it was it may have been some sort of Warlock teleport, but I'm not sure about that. And now, it's up to Szprychaaa. Just gotta make sure this glass longsword stays alive, that they can get to the finish line. The pressure is off from their opponent, but with the build being just a glass longsword and a ring of piercing, pressure is not off from the game itself. Oh, well, there's a full build pivot. You can just take the armor and the electric dagger, and there you go. But Szprychaaa is gonna keep running. No build swaps. Szprychaa's taking this glass longsword all this way. They're not planning to swap off at this point. Deadringer fight coming in. Right side spawn for Deadringer, generally pretty easy, and yep, we got textbook Deadringer there, no problem. And with Glass Shovel, Bomb Spell on a bomb on deck, Szprychaaa is equipped to quick kill this Necrodancer fight. Going for the dig there to avoid having to blood cast the bomb. I think that's fair. Could, an option there was to blood cast bomb and use the glass shovel for the free first hit. But I think Szprychaaa making the right call. With your opponent dead, best to just save the health in case things go very awry. But with one hit left on this Necromancer fight, that ain't happening. Szprychaaa goes in for a clean win. Making running the glass look easy. But I'm not entirely sure I would call the build super minimal. Like, sure, not every slot was filled. There were a lot of empty equipment slots, but the slots that were filled were very chunky. It's not about the amount of equipment you have, it's about what the pieces you have are and how you use them. And a 4 damage piercing longsword and a shield spell. That's really all you need to go fast if you're on top of everything. Which, staying on top of everything can be tricky. Ooh, Szprychaaa just walking onto the dice trap gets a free pixie out of the deal. Interesting. Not that they need it this early in the run. You know, already at full health. And we've got a Dagger of Frost Art. Of all the special magic daggers, I think it's the weakest one by a fair margin. But still, even so, the ability to two-shot any enemy in one-on-one combat with a piercing attack is pretty strong. Especially in the early game. Bloodshot coming in here. Thief dropping a blood broadsword. Not really something these runners are interested in. Can use it to kill this mimic though. Although Gaming Pro just looks like gonna lose that mimic. Looks like the Szprychaaa did get the mimic kill, I think, and that was where the winged boots came from. We've got a locked shop here. Oh, and a nice lineup from Szprychaaa there, hitting Freddy in the trap door to pick up this obsidian armor and obsidian staff. Very crafty, very strong play there. Gaming Pro gonna do the same with the dagger throw. And gonna take this full build here. Gonna stick with the Dagger of Frost over the Obsidian Staff. I don't know that I like that, but I guess GamingProsAdventure coming fresh off the memories of some nasty staff teleports in Zone 4. Maybe not really feeling the staff right now. Blast Whip out of that Mimic for Szprychaaa. Definitely not going to see that taken here. Well, we'll see if this build disparity works out in Gaming Pro's favor, but my instinct says Obsidian Staff a lot stronger than Dagger of Frost. But again, Obsidian Staff, staffs in general, always have the potential for some real shenanigans in the late game. Ring of Gold out of the purple chest, not really going to be what you're looking for. Gaming Pro might check for a new weapon here. Okay, looks like screen watching, seeing the Ring of Gold. Finds heavy glass armor in the black chest. That's unusual to see in the 1/4 boss chest. I'm gonna pass on it. Ooh, Szprychaaa kind of taking bomb spell damage, or bomb track damage there. And I think kind of accidentally triggering the Shrine of Pain as they go down. Thankfully not missing anything valuable there, just a base flail popping out. We got the transmog here, probably looking for an armor upgrade, and yeah, that's an armor upgrade. Going straight up to heavy plate, best armor type in the game. Going for the torch over the dash spell. We might see a little... Okay, no, looks like Szprychaa's leaving it behind. I was gonna say, might see a little bit of farming for that dash spell. Only need 25 gold. But Szprychaaa is not going for it. That said, Gaming Pro has pushed ahead here. Gaming Pro on Coral Riff. But struggling to find the lineup. I think looking for the Ring of Pain setup here. Does get it eventually. Dagger of Frost will just kill that in 2 hits, but Szprychaaa does have those spiked ears. So it's evened back up. Oh, Szprychaa's not even checking the boss. Gets punished for it, missing that freeze spell. That's pretty huge. Especially with Gaming Pro still on the Frost Dagger. That Frost Dagger is quite strong for Gaming Pro right here. That's a Gaming Pro getting a little mismapped on this Zone 3. Ooh, can cast Freeze here and open this whole crate room. We'll see if they see that angle. It's easy to forget, but Freeze does affect containers. And it looks like Gaming Pro not gonna see that angle. Miner's Cap in this barrel room. Oh, and yeah, Gaming Pro continuing to miss the angle of freezing the crate room to open it up. And is going to miss that Miner's Cap. That said, I don't know that Miner's Cap is even good for Gaming Pro's setup here. Where Ring of or Dagger of Frost really struggles is dealing with swarms, and Miner's Cap tends to open up big swarm situations. Gaming Pro's lack of dig level really hurting them here. Oh, things are getting real dicey. Obsidian Shield gone for Gaming Pro's Adventure. And Szprychaaa now with the vastly superior build, just pushing ahead. We're gonna have to see some pretty heavy use of this freeze spell on Gaming Pro's Adventure's side, I think, for them to get back into this, because this is a very commanding lead, and that freeze spell is definitely not what I would call a strong use of the freeze spell. That saved a single beat on the kill against Fortissimo. Szprychaaa. Szprychaaa making things a little spooky there, though, with that exit room, taking some pretty heavy hits. Nice use of the cookie there from Gaming Pro to tank that explosion. Ooh, and Gaming Pro also kind of struggling with that exit room a little bit, taking some pretty hefty hits. Ham fine for Szprychaaa. That's great for Szprychaaa. Gonna get back to full health. Szprychaaa making a nice little maneuver around the swarm. Getting into the exit room. And yeah, Szprychaaa looking very strong here. Good freeze used to quick kill the mommy. Gaming Pro's Adventure. And gets to the stairs. Gaming Pro's Adventure actually doing a pretty strong job at keeping up despite the build disparity here. I'm very impressed with Gaming Pro's Adventure's play with this fairly minimal Frost Dagger build. The Ring of Pain definitely doing a lot of work, helping with the getting the necessary difference. Boots of Strength in the shop. I'm kind of wondering if that would have been worth going out of the way to grab. See, the problem here is, though, while Gaming Pro is keeping up on distance and is not far behind the floors, Gaming Pro has no bombs. Szprychaaa is all ready for a quick kill on the Necrodancer fight, and Gaming Pro's Adventure is going to have to do the full button puzzle set as things currently stand. So, despite Gaming Pro's best efforts, as things are looking right now, it's looking a little grim for them. Again, I don't want to discount Gaming Pro's incredible plays with this Frost Dagger build. They've been doing very well with it, but ultimately, a lot of races are won or lost based on item and build decisions. And when there's a big build disparity, sometimes you can play optimally with the build you have, and it's just not good enough. And Gaming Pro, I think, just kind of folding under the pressure there, knowing they had to really make something happen and just kind of pushing into too much damage there. So the death gonna seal it for good, I think. Though at this point, Szprychaaa is just a Necrodancer fight away from a victory. Yeah, looks like that death will not make a bit of difference here. Yeah, very clean Necrodancer kill for Szprychaaa, finishing with that sub-9 in-game time run. And going up to 2-0. Oh wait, that was the third game. 3-0. Never mind, yeah.